Mcintyre is a wannabe, hero for the world to know, but deep down he is a scumbag. People say deep down a person is a hero, and a person is not that bad, but deep down he is evil, and he doesn't give a crap about the fans, and he isn't. He is actually a villain who is thinking that he is a good guy. And this is actually not around John Cena in WWE in early 2010s or late 2000s. This is not Cody Rhodes in AEW in 2021 or AJ in TNA or something in the early 2010s. This is freaking Drew McIntyre. We're talking, okay? The thing about Drew McIntyre is that his character is so good. It just works. And I talked about him so many times as well. The character just works. It is a nuanced scumbag kind of a character, where he can be a nuanced performer, but a lot of times, but he's such, a douche. And especially the world of social media today and connecting in that way, going on Twitter and, being one of the marks that, and this character works. It wouldn't work any time, zone or whatever, or time frame. This works now. Because the time we live in, we have social media on our phones, every little thing we got social media on. So it works. Every little screen we got social, or every big screen. It doesn't matter. Social media is a big part of the culture today, with this world. Right now, just one before. It's the culture that we live in. McIntyre is just working on social media, working the fans, working everybody, saying some mean shit about CM Punk, which we're just going to get into right away. And how crazy Drew McIntyre is. It beats to tell, vindictive words to say about Drew McIntyre. Who will do anything what it takes to win. Kind of a hero, but like you want to hate that guy. You think he is actually a hero, and he got his moment stolen away from him in Clash of the Castle 2022. Where the seeds, where you could say planted at that time for Drew McIntyre to change up his character. Moving on from Clash of the Castle 2022, after he loses to Roman Reigns for some much time again. And he teams up with Sheamus. Now I'm going onward to, SummerSlam or whatever. Or it returns at Money in the Bank 33. As a match with Gunther and Sheamus, banger. Was still that Scottish warrior that was not that Scottish douchebag that had become. July returns to Monday in London, and the O2 crowd erupts, takes out Gunther. Thought he's gonna end Gunther reign. Nope, he didn't. Gunther retains. Drew McIntyre's down on vengeful. So at this point, Seth and Shinsuke Nakamura having their matches, and Drew McIntyre finally confronts Seth. And he's just. And that's where this finally starts. When he confronts that, he's not much of a heel yet. He's turning into one. He wasn't a heel yet. Like, he's confronting Seth that he wants that championship. He's not been a world champion for a while. So he wants to be a world champion. And it works. But listen, it doesn't work and it does work. It was a really weird scenario here. Like, it works, but also it doesn't work. It's Drew McIntyre we're talking about here, folks, alright? It was a very weird scenario for feud with Seth. Alright, so Seth and Drew are having their debacle, whatever, they're still, stunt they're pulling each other. Goes out to Crown Jewel and challenges him for the championship. Seth accepts, beats him at Crown Jewel. Drew McIntyre is at his the story is like he needs to win the world championship without a bloodline interference. And might have missed a point here. Cody goes over on Payback and says that I'm a little stunned. I can pull something. All my poker chips have dialed them up, and I can pull this out of my ass. Jey Uso's coming to Monday Night Raw. So now Drew McIntyre is pissed, all right, at Jey Uso as being this demonic person that he thinks Jey Uso is, and who costed him the championship at Clash of the Castle, which he didn't literally. The Bloodline did, and Jey Uso was part of the Bloodline, so it made sense for McIntyre, just be more cool. And it gave more character and reason to it. That Jey Uso is the reason McIntyre has, failed, and he is in really, he does not like Jey Uso. He was part of the Bloodline, what things he did, he hates, and he had a reason to hate him. So Jey Uso is this very over baby face with a crowd, slowly getting the heat down and then slowly getting that face, but he's like, and then Drew McIntyre has a problem with that guy, Jey Uso. Drew McIntyre has a problem with the heat down Jey Uso, alright? If you want to say heat, go ahead. Anyways, he has a problem with it. Going forward to Survivor Series gets more problems. Judgment Day is now being this top faction at that time. Drew McIntyre is now looking for his options, and now finally he claymores Jey Uso, costs Seth or Cody, I don't know who he cost the match, and he shakes Rhea Ripley's hand, and he joins with the Devils, the Judgment Day, for one night, and then we get into Randy Orton being announced, not really. Just, the commenters are saying Cody said it. They didn't need to say his name. And it goes on. It goes on all the time. Like, the crowd is invested into McIntyre at this point. And then he slowly, and now at December, this is where he peaks from it. He is about to cook. And when CM Punk shows up at Survivor Series, and he walks off, and then he gets a segment with CM Punk, and that's where Drew McIntyre is this enraged character. And it is more than what, and CM Punk, CM Punk returning for his incredible return. Seth had a problem with him. And Seth and Punk, that's situation too, which is part of Drew McIntyre's story. And both of them have hate for CM Punk. It's not that one of them don't like Punk. It's like they do not like the straight up hate him. So there's problems. And then slowly CM Punk and Drew McIntyre really have this battle or something to go on to the Royal Rumble, where CM Punk gets injured by Drew McIntyre unintentionally, but in kayfabe terms, really injured him on purpose. The full purpose, he injured him. It was not an intentional in kayfabe, but in the other world, it's without intentional injury in real life. Outside kayfabe, but in kayfabe, we're taking here, he injures him, and he says he prays for that to happen. So the two is unhinged. Goes on social media, calls him the worst shit ever. Goes on to roast every single buddy on Twitter, this vindictive, and then says that my moment was not in front of live fans or WrestleMania, and now he finally has a chance. He wins the Elimination Chamber, goes out to field, face Seth, says Seth, you don't I can beat, you need to leave this Cody story behind, and he actually beats Seth at Mania, but again, he had for that segment in March, the greatest Monday Night Raw, literally of all time, one of the greatest of all time. CM Punk comes out, Seth comes out, Drew McIntyre to have the little scoop battle where, Drew McIntyre returns the focus, where Drew McIntyre now focused on CM Punk more than Seth Rollins. And it's like, holy shit, this guy is just focused on CM Punk now. He was focused on Seth from October, September something, he was focused on Seth after Fastlane, all right? And now and he should be still focused on. But he turned his attention to CM Punk, who was injured, but he hates his guts, and Seth also hates his guts, but he takes advantage. But at WrestleMania, from a beatdown last, on Saturday, WrestleMania Saturday, Seth loses for Drew McIntyre, and it was quite predictable. But what happened was unpredictable. Is Drew McIntyre goes and rub it in Punk's face because his petty business with Punk, he despises Punk straight up, and he just hates him so much that he tell him to suck it in front of the crowd. He straight up went on top of the announce table or the commentator's table, whatever, and he just pointed at his crotch. How a regular man ain't gonna take that. Joe's gonna take that shit, and that's what Punk does. He's not gonna take it. He beats his ass up with this is freaking, I don't know whatever that is. It's something. He beats him up with it. And then Damian Priest was a kid, and then comes out and he cashes an injury, and then he became champion. And Drew McIntyre's unhinged. He just doesn't stop there. Punk costs him, and now Punk is on a bench from what Drew McIntyre's gone nuts. And then King of the Ring happens, where he does not qualify because due to injury, and Drew McIntyre and CM Punk just have their skedaddle. They have their promos back and forth, and the hate Drew McIntyre has for CM Punk is on glue. There is not as much hit that you would think he would have. We go on from now. He's facing Damian Priest at Clash of the Castle. Again, he gets another chance at Clash of the Castle. At WrestleMania, he did get his chance. He became world champion. But at Clash of the Castle, he just doesn't become world. He is so close to winning. He's had the big deal Punk, but from the past issues that Punk said that he would never, ever, let this man live for free or something. He is gonna take every single moment from him after what Drew McIntyre has messed up shit about Punk. Brought his wife into it, whatever the hell that goes on later on, but messed up shit. Punk is irate, man. Punk has lost it, and he costs him the match. And Drew McIntyre loses it in front of his own crowd, and the dude has lost it. And now we're in the situation where the dude goes into Money in the Bank, and now Seth returns right after Clash of the Castle, and Seth Rollins is facing Damian Priest for the World Championship, and at this Money in the Bank situation what people really hated. And I'm going to justify here, it was a interesting situation, man. It was not something, I get it, you have hate for this specific thing that happened, but you can't just justify what it was, I get it, it's a stupid thing, but in terms of if you're thinking from a story aspect, it kind of really makes sense. And it really, has never happened, how much Punk hates Drew McIntyre. I'm a Drew McIntyre fan. And now we're in a situation where Drew McIntyre could, face Seth Rollins or CM Punk, and Seth could referee, and Punk and Seth that would beef. And this is a very interesting situation. This was like, if you would know, this will end it off. If you would know Drew McIntyre in this situation is, for example, Drew McIntyre in this situation is The Undertaker. CM Punk is Bret Hart. Seth Rollins is Shawn Michaels. In whatever way you can say Seth is the Undertaker, Shawn Michaels is Drew McIntyre. That's the story. We're taking a callback from the 90s, the late 90s, 97, where at SummerSlam special guest referee match, Undertaker versus I think Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart. What's it, Shawn? No, Undertaker versus Bret Hart. Shawn Michaels costs Undertaker the match, and it's like, That's what we're here to talk about. All. That's what this podcast is out.